Welcome to the Storey Social. I'm really excited about this series of films. In each episode, I'll be having a conversation with a different person from the world of cycling. From those working at the grassroots to those competing at the highest level, we'll be having some in-depth chats about what makes them tick and why we all love cycling. So for our first episode, we're going to be talking about the local bike shop, and I'm here in our local bike shop in Disley. It's this cycle space with Scott and Victoria. Thank you very much for having us.
Hello.
So cycle shops are kind of the heart of cycling, really. Can you just explain what it is you do? Because you don't just sell bikes, do you?
No, absolutely not. So we offer a service to the community and anyone riding a bike, really. So whether that's to buy a bike, to buy spares, advice on training, nutrition, we're just here to help everybody.
And we've got a campaign going at the moment, British Cycling, to try and get 1 million women on bikes by 2020. So we've only got just over a year left, really. When someone comes into the shop for the very first time, what would you do? How would you start them off to get them on that pathway to cycling?
I suppose it depends what level they're at, doesn't it? If they're coming in, I think one of the most important things probably about coming into a bike shop is that you're going to get that advice and you're going to get fit to that bike as well. So, I mean, that's quite important because we have quite a few people coming in who've maybe tried to get into cycling and they've not got the right advice, and then they've got something that's wrong or it doesn't fit them, and then that could put them off, you know, and then that's where do they go from there? They might just stop at that point. Whereas if we can sort of set them off with a bike fit, you know, what would suit them, what style of riding they're going to be doing, and obviously advice as well, you know, about how far they want to take their cycling. I think that helps people.
And knowing they've got the backup, I guess, as well, because it's not everybody is a super mechanic. So knowing that they have a workshop here, you provide different levels of servicing and as well as the bike fits, don't you?
Yeah, we do. So anybody that buys a bike, we want to do a bike fit, you know, we want to make sure that that's right. And then we build the bike for them. We make sure, and then when it's there and ready, we fit them onto it again, and then they go off, they can bring it back for a free service. And at any point really, you know, if they've got any issues, any problems whatsoever, they can come into the shop. They've bought a bike from us, you know, we're going to drop what we're doing, we're going to help them out straight away and just get them back on the road as quickly as possible.
Now we're on a fairly busy road here, lots of through traffic. What's the most unusual mechanical that has come through these doors and gone, help, I need to get home?
A few weeks ago, a lady had got some new tyres and she'd rode along the canal and actually fell into the canal. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. So we helped her out, change the tyres, advised her on the right ones, and set her off on her way again.
That is very unusual.
Yeah, that was.
You know, I mean, and to be fair, she was absolutely fine and she was laughing, and you know, we were all. But yeah, it was freezing cold and she went in the canal. But that was because she'd got some tyres on her bike that weren't suitable for riding in them conditions on the canal, and yeah, she went straight in. We've also had one where people do their own tubeless conversions, don't they? And they've exploded the tyres.
Yeah.
They've come in with the eyes glued together,
from the nose,
sealant everywhere. You know, just like, please, can you help? And yeah, so a few of them.
And it's something you can't get when you're internet shopping, isn't it? You can't get that sort of support, and it is actually just as quick to get things from you guys. I know we've come in and the next day it's right here. Do you use a range of suppliers? How do you make sure that you've got things when you need them?
Yeah, we work with around about 12 different suppliers, so all the big suppliers in the UK, probably where all internet shops are buying from, but they buy in bigger bulk, whereas we only buy in smaller amounts. But yeah, it's all, if we haven't got something in stock, it's always next day anyway. And it's also, if you buy something on the internet, you might not buy the right part, you might get a measurement wrong, the size wrong, whereas coming to a local bike shop for the advice first, we'll guarantee that it will fit, it will be here tomorrow and we'll fit it for you while you wait, grab a coffee while you're here, sort of thing.
And this is the sort of thing that you're diversifying into, isn't it? Not just selling bikes and equipment and nutrition, coffee as well. It really is the heart and the hub of a community, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. It's just about exactly that community spirit, getting people to stop, chat, meet other cyclists, because that's another thing, introducing people into cycling. They might be on their own, they might not know any friends that cycle. By creating something where you can stop and have a coffee, people end up chatting. We've had a couple of customers, long lost brothers, end up walking on the same day. They've not spoke to each other for 6 years, and then now they go out and ride on Wednesday nights with us. So it's that,
pretty cool.
It's really good, that community atmosphere.
We do rides from the shop as well, and obviously, you know, and it is just like a community. Really, it's about building that community spirit and just being able to get that advice, you know, and on anything really, you know. And obviously and we've raced ourselves, and we've got all different levels of experience in here, so there's always somebody that knows what what advice you need.
And that's the thing about racing, isn't it? I hear lots of athletes and lots of riders saying, my local bike shop's helping me do this. At the heart of the development of cycling, you guys are able to support young people as they're coming up and through, whether that be with a free pair of tyres here or a little bit of advice there. You're supporting local cyclists here, aren't you?
Yeah, we do. I mean, actually, we tend to get more young cyclists wanting to come in and just work.
They want to work and learn.
They just want to be able to learn mechanics. I mean, I think that is something we're looking into as well. We're going to start doing workshops for basic maintenance and things, but for kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, and maybe going into schools as well and doing just sort of like your basic maintenance classes. You know, trying to get them to be able to sort their own stuff out. But even so, they're always in the workshop, aren't they? And we have like talented young racers as well that come in, and you know. And we're always helping them out, aren't we?
Yeah, you just naturally do, yeah. Because they're keen. When someone's keen, you're keen with them. It's good. Yeah.
No, and that's the brilliant thing about cycling, isn't it? From the elite end right the way through to the grassroots, we all kind of cross over when we're on 2 or 3 wheels, depending on the sort of bike that we use.
That's right, definitely.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me. I am very appreciative of you being our very first episode of the Storey Social, and long may this bike shop be here serving our community.
Thank you.